What's up, guys? So today we're going to be going over the Peak Physique Blueprint, the system I've created over the 7 years of coaching, working with the Olympia level coaches, top level guys. So I'm taking clients from literally zero, nothing, to having a great physique. Some of these guys are literally unrecognizable. So this is going to be a long, detailed, step-by-step video showing you exactly my process and how I do this. So get some popcorn, get a pen and a paper, take some notes, because there's going to be a lot in this video, guys. All right, fellas, let's get into it. So the Peak Physique Blueprint. This is the blueprint that I've made over the past 7 years that I've been doing this, all of my knowledge in one video. So definitely you might have to take some notes to get all this information down. So this is the Peak Physique Blueprint. You know, primetime physiques is what we're called. So if you're an out of shape man ready to optimize your hormones, pack on lean muscle, and learn how to build a high level physique in less than 8 months without starving yourself or wasting time, money, and energy in the gym, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. So me, your coach, that is me. So my mission, I'm going to show you exactly how I helped my clients Erick, Damien, and Michael lose over 10% body fat and get jacked within 8 months. These guys achieved a high level physique they never had before, and you can too. And we've helped hundreds of men, over 400 at this point. By the time you watch the video, probably be more than that. So for the past 7 years, my primary focus has been building my physique to be one of the best in the world, as well as coaching men to get their dream bodies. I've won multiple coaching awards and competitions along the way, worked with Olympia level coaches, do things at the highest level. So sitting at 230 with abs, details in every muscle, and a look at my physique that gets me stares everywhere I go, I know a thing or two about getting jacked and staying jacked. I'm able to have a solid frame of muscle, abs, veins popping out, being strong, and still thriving in life and business. It's great. You really can't beat that. So real transformation. So images you're going to see throughout this presentation are clients before and after they started working with me and implementing the Peak Physique Blueprint. In the before photos, you can see they were overweight with little to no muscle. In the after photos, they are jacked, lean, and have a high-low physique that turns heads. These transformations happen in 8 months or less, and they're just the beginning of what's possible when you follow a proven system designed specifically men who are serious about change. This is my client Armando right here. Natural transformation. Lost a ton of weight, got super shredded. So is this method for you? Sick of being out of shape, you're tired of feeling uncomfortable in your own skin, you want to feel confident about the way you look, whether you're at the beach, in the bedroom, or just walking down the street. Lost and confused. So you're sick of feeling lost when it comes to getting a high-low physique. You need a simple and proven blueprint that will work, unlike the basic cookie cutter programs you tried before, or just the stuff you've been doing on your own that hasn't been yielding the results you're looking for. So ready to optimize your hormones. So you understand that optimizing your hormones isn't just about building muscle. It's about improving your quality of life, energy levels, and overall well-being. Dreaming of more. So you feel like you've tried everything but still don't have the physique you want. You've always dreamed of what it'd be like to have a great body, and you're ready to make that dream a reality. So who this method is not for. So definitely listen to this, guys. If this is you, I don't want to work with you, fellas. So if you're uncoachable and not willing to trust a proven system that will get you the best physique of your life, if you think you already have all the answers, this is not for you. I get guys like this all the time. If you had all the answers, then you would have a great physique, but you're here because you want to improve. Unwilling to work. So if you're not willing to put real effort in the gym and make lifestyle changes, this is not for you. Results require commitment. So if you're not going to commit, guys, this isn't for you. Weak motivation. If you just want to achieve a high-level physique because it sounds good or for superficial reasons with no deeper meaning behind your goal, this is not for you. Because there's going to be times when it's going to get tough. And if your only reason is things like, it just sounds good, or, maybe you want some girls or whatever, you're probably not going to stick it through. Lack of self-belief. If you don't have the belief in yourself that you can achieve a high-level physique with hard work and the right blueprint, this is not for you. I have guys come to me saying, oh, I just don't have the genetics, or whatever the case. You will see in some of these transformations, these guys literally look like they had zero potential, and they end up looking amazing. So the truth nobody talks about. So mainstream fitness and the bodybuilding industry doesn't tell it all when it comes to achieving a high-low physique. They would rather hide the truth behind a new supplement, or they're simply not truly transparent due to corporate interest, ego, or because they don't want other people to catch up to them. The mainstream fitness and bodybuilding advice about training, nutrition, and hormone optimization just does not work and will set you up for failure. It's time to learn what actually works. The mainstream fitness lie. So just eat whatever you want as long as you track your calories. Follow this training split and you will build muscle. Mainstream advice makes it sound simple. Count your calories, follow a basic split, maybe some supplements, but the blueprint to building a high-level physique is not that simple. There's a lot that goes into it. If this cookie cutter advice actually worked, everyone at the gym following it would be jacked, lean, and have a killer physique, but that's almost never the case. The guys who are jacked, who are lean, and do have a killer physique are doing something completely different. What every man is missing. So number one, hormone optimization. So how to optimize hormones efficiently so you're not fighting an uphill battle every single day in and out of the gym. Macro programming, how to program macros effectively to prime your metabolism and improve insulin sensitivity, the real key to body transformation. Training and recovery, how to train properly with the right intensity, execution, and split while emphasizing recovery so your body can actually grow. A lot of guys are overtraining. Every man is capable of achieving a high-level physique. They just don't understand these three critical components. Once you master them, a 1% physique is absolutely possible. Destroy these limiting beliefs. So the excuses holding you back. There's no such thing as I'm just too busy or I don't have the genetics. These are limiting beliefs you need to protect yourself from. The truth is the Peak Physique Blueprint is a method that will give you every resource to enhance your life and explode your confidence so you can become the ultimate man you're supposed to be. Just like I talked about earlier, you got guys like my guy right here, Jose. Day one looks like he has no potential in his physique. And look at him 3 months later. Literally looks like a different person. The only thing that can stop you is your own limited belief. If you're reading this, you're already on the right track for making the simple and avoidable mistakes that most men spend years making. Mistakes they will never get back. What you're about to learn. So navigating the real issues, how to navigate around the problems we mentioned, the ones keeping you stuck in mediocrity. Zero to hero, how to go from a zero physique to a hero physique in 8 months or less while building muscle. Proven transformation process. So it's how I helped my clients lose so much weight and build so much muscle. They were getting compliments every day from friends, family, and strangers, wondering how they did it. Hormone acceleration, how to optimize your hormones to accelerate progress at lightning speed. That's why we get such fast results. My story, from bobblehead to beast. So I started off extremely skinny with no muscle mass in my before picture. An attractive girl actually slid up on the photo calling me a bobblehead, saying your head is bigger than your body. This was the turning point for me. Feeling defeated, insecure, and pretty much helpless at this point, I hired a coach. Go figure. Through the experience, not only did I achieve my dream body, my confidence grew at an insane rate. This led me to wanting to help other men in my position do the same. The Peak Physique Blueprint was born from years of trial, error, research, and real-world application, both on myself and it says dozens. At this point, it's hundreds of clients. So why I'm passionate about this? Let's move this over so we can see it. I'm extremely passionate about this lifestyle because this is truly the key to unlocking the highest levels of your potential. The feeling you get when you take your shirt off and people can't look away in a good way is unlike any other feeling. Because of that passion, I made sure to work with some of the best coaches in the world so I could pour my all into my clients so they get the results they've always wanted. I know that most men are seeing little to no progress with the calorie counting and 6 to 7 days a week training split approach. And if they do get results, they are mild, unsustainable, and most men will just end up reverting back to their old ways or worse. When you're not getting results, it's very hard to stay motivated to keep hitting the gym and keep dieting. And this is my client right here, Tio, man. As you can see, that's him at the lake in that before picture. I promise you, he feels a lot better going to the lake now. Oh, and tap it. There we go. So I knew there was a better way. So I knew there had to be a better method than what the mainstream was pushing, and I'd already been working on an improved method with my clients, one that does away with the low-level methods promoted by the fitness industry. I knew that if I could just help men overcome the most basic roadblocks they were facing with traditional methods, it would change everything for them. And once I perfected the system, I started to see insane results. And I'm talking about full-blown transformations, almost unreal, not just losing weight or a small improvement here and there, but an all-out zero to hero scenario. the kind of transformations that make people do a double take. So this is my client, Erick. Erick, 100% natural. In January 2024, I met Erick through Instagram. He weighed about 228 pounds, carrying an extra 30, 40 pounds, and a little bit of muscle that he had was unfortunately hidden by a layer of fat. When someone comes and asks me for help, one of the first things I ask them is very simply, what do you want to look like? This very simple question can actually yield a very detailed response in most men, and it tells me everything I need to know about their goals and motivations. And if you're on this video, I've probably already asked you, what look are you going for? You know, you're trying to be jacked like me, you're trying to have like an athletic build, like a Michael B. Jordan. It's very different. So good to know for me. As you can see, Erick literally went from, he looks like a whole different person before and after. And like I said, 100% natural. My goal at the end of the day is to be lean but not skinny. Honestly, I want to have physique like Michael B. Jordan and Creed, but maybe a little smaller. I want to be lean and have big muscles, but I don't want to be massive like you. No offense. This is what Erick told me. I want to be still athletic and stuff, but not skinny. Breaking down what Erick wanted. Aesthetics with some size, overall more muscularity, lean with visible abs and muscle definition, maintain his current active lifestyle. These had been recurrent themes I had been hearing from men over and over again. They wanted to have abs, details in their muscles, more size, and still maintain their current lifestyle. That's when I got to work. Erick's results. So 120 days, we lost 38.5 pounds. He went on 3 vacations during this time, and we had a cheat meal every week. So within 120 days, Erick dropped 38.5 pounds of pure body fat, gained a solid frame of muscle, and looked like a new person. He was still able to enjoy himself with the cheat meal every week, got to enjoy all 3 vacations he took with his family, and all this while running a logistics company. Erick still uses the Peak Physique Blueprint to this day. This method is quite literally my gift to you. Erick's been working with me for almost a year now. At this point, we were only 3 months in, so he's put on a lot of size since then. So the Peak Physique Blueprint overview. So I discovered this method after 7 years of crafting the perfect system for myself and my clients in an effort to finally end the struggle most men face of attaining a kick-ass physique and keeping it. Now I'm going to break it all down for you step by step. I'm going to give you the cold hard truth and the real tools that you actually need to get jacked. I'm making this as a legitimate playbook to show you how to go from skinny, fat, or just simply out of shape to such a high-low physique that people actually stare you take your shirt off and do it all in less than 8 months. So how the method works, it's actually really simple. Truth of the matter, this process isn't super complicated once broken down properly. This method is broken up into 2 essential phases, composed of 3 parts each. So the 2 phases, so we have the priming phase, which is usually going to be about 3 to 4 months, the pushing phase, 2 to 3 months, and this comes down to person. Some guys start out, they already have really low body fat. Some guys just have a little bit. Some guys have a lot of body fat. So it's really person dependent on how long it's going to take. Those are just the average numbers. So the 3 components, so training, intensity, execution, and programming, nutrition, macros, timing, food selection, hormone optimization, natural or enhanced protocols. So we have both coach natural guys, coach enhanced guys, understanding the 2 phases. So the priming phase, typically it's going to be a 3 to 4 month leaning out phase where the rep ranges and volume will be moderate. Food intake will start high with the high meal frequency, then slowly decrease over the phase. Then we have the pushing phase, so a 2 to 3 month lean bulk phase where the volume will be higher and the food intake will increase to pack on serious size. Later, I'll go into exactly how the nutrition and training will be altered throughout the priming phase and pushing phase throughout the duration of the Peak Physique Blueprint. So why most men fail. So the following components I just mentioned are completely out of whack for most men, and they were especially for Erick, Michael, Damon, and Ahmad before working with me. The methods that most people are using before they work with me are simply unsustainable and ineffective. They lead to minimal results despite maximum effort, constant plateaus and frustration, burnout from unsustainable approaches, wasted time, money, and energy, loss of motivation and confidence. So here's how I optimized each necessary part of the method and implemented it into Erick's everyday life and how I'll do the same for you. So how most guys train, which is wrong. So we got low effort and intensity. They're going through the motions, never truly push themselves to failure or beyond their comfort zone. Incorrect form and execution. Poor technique means they're not actually targeting the muscles they think they are, leading to zero growth. Bad training split. So random workouts with no strategic approach to frequency, volume, or progressive overload. Most guys you see training in the gym are doing at least one, if not all of these wrong. The thing about training like this, it will only lead to very minimal results, never a high level physique. So since Erick's training completely sucked, what does it look like after implementing the Peak Physique Blueprint? The 3 pillars of peak training. So intensity, the number one factor in order of importance. Your body needs stimulus to grow. You have to force your body to adapt, which leads to muscle growth. So intensity needs to be high. Exercise execution. So proper form ensures targeting the right muscles and avoiding injury. 99% of the time, weak body parts just need better execution. So I have clients send me training videos. Exercise selection. So the right exercises in the right order with the right frequency and volume for optimal muscle growth and recovery. So intensity, the game changers. So I'm sure you see guys, the same guys in the gym month after month, looking exactly the same, talking to girls, texting on machines, never locking in, and actually putting in effort into their training. The reason these guys never grow is simple. Your body needs stimulus to grow. You have to force your body to adapt, which leads to muscle growth. You always have to take your intensity to the next level to continue to grow. Let me break it down simply. Say you've been curling 20-pound dumbbells for 15 reps. Your biceps grow 1 inch from doing this. If you continue to curl the same 20-pound dumbbell for the same amount of reps, will your biceps continue to grow? No. You haven't given your biceps a greater stimulus to need to grow. This is why intensity is important. This is also why we track our workouts. So all my clients track their training, they plug in their weights, they plug in their reps. So that way when you check in with me, I can see if you're progressing in your training because it's extremely important. Erick had been lifting the same old weight for the same reps, but wonder why it plateaued. Intensity is about forcing your body to create a response that you will adapt to, which eventually yields muscle growth while also aiding in fat loss. Exercise execution, form matters. So why execution is everything? Yes, it's the same thing as form. Exercise execution just sounds a lot cooler. It's why I use it. Of course, this is important. That's obvious. Everyone knows this, yet most men train with bad form their entire lives. If you can't perform a movement properly, you're just wasting time and opening yourself up to injury. Most people think if they have a weak body part, they just need to slam it with more volume. This is not true. 99% of the time, the execution of the movement needs to improve. So how we fix execution. So training videos. My clients send training videos on their working set movements. This allows me to see exactly how movements are being performed so I can send detailed feedback. We analyze range of motion, tempo control, muscle engagement, body positioning, and common compensations. If you have a weak body part, guys, normally not going to be a volume thing. If you have a weak chest, you can train chest 6 times a week. But if you're not executing the movements properly, you're not even targeting the right muscles. So very important. My clients that do send me training videos progress really fast. So this is a training split. This is just like an example of a training split that I would give. It's going to be even more higher level than this. But we got Monday legs, heavy squats, leg presses, extensions. Build those wheels. Monday will be a quad dominant day. Then we'll have a push chest dominant and abs, pressing movements, shoulders, triceps, upper body. Wednesday will be a pull day 1, so back width and thickness, biceps. Thursday rest. I usually like clients to rest after 3 days of hard training. Legs, again, Friday, but it'll be hamstring dominant. So we got our deadlifts, leg curls, glute work. Saturday, push again, but it'll be shoulder focus with abs, overhead pressing, lateral raises, trying to build those shoulders. And then Sunday, rest again. So why this split works? So we emphasize every muscle group, of course, and each major muscle group gets dedicated attention with appropriate volume and intensity to optimal growth. Synergistic muscle grouping, so using a push-pull leg approach means all the secondary muscles trained in a single day work together with the bigger muscle groups. High frequency training, so training muscle groups multiple times per week is one of the best things you do for muscle growth. All of the top guys emphasize frequency. So you'll notice if you watch any of the top guys training now, everybody's leaning more towards frequency, starting to see it yields better results. And strategic recovery. So we got our built-in rest days to allow for proper recovery while maintaining training frequency for consistent progress. You guys that are trained 6 days a week, terrible. You're doing yourself a huge disservice, guys. So workout structure, the formula. So always want to warm up first, 3 to 4 sets of an accessory movement to get the muscles warm and blood flowing. For legs, we do 2 accessory movements, one for quads, one for hamstrings. Before we get into the compound movements, the compound portion, of course, is the bread and butter. Heavy compound movements, presses, squats, pulls. We want to do the heaviest weight for the most reps possible. This is where you build muscle mass and strength. Then we have the burnout portion, where essentially we just go for the pump and finish off the intended muscle group. Isolation movements with higher reps to really feel the burn. This is the finishing touch to the workout process. So this will be a sample workout for your push day, your chest dominant day. Machine cable fly to warm up, 3 sets, 15 to 20. Dumbbell incline press, we'll do a top set of 8 to 10, your heaviest weight. Drop it off 20%. Do a back off set to failure, 13 to 17. As you can see, we kind of follow the same thing throughout. We got some dips to failure, dumbbell lateral raises, 5-step test pause set or rest pause set. A lot of you guys don't know what that is, but it's basically where you'll do a heavy set, like 30 pounds, go for as many as you can, rest 30 seconds, go again for 5 sets. So by the time you get to the end, you're doing like 3 reps. So that's just an amplifier I like to use. And then we got close grip triceps, cable push down. So this is, something like what a push chest day dominant will look like in the program. Probably look a little different, but this is a good sample. Training summary. So we got intensity. I taught Erick how to lock in physically and mentally to his workouts to train harder with more intensity than ever before. Execution. Focus on improving exercise execution through video analysis and feedback to perfect form in all movements. Programming. Design a proper training program to stimulate growth and put an emphasis on recovery so muscles can actually grow. Nutrition. So most important part, guys, I think nutrition is number one. I've worked with a lot of enhanced guys, a lot of natural guys. I've worked with enhanced guys that are taking everything in the kitchen sink and their nutrition sucks and they're not getting any results. I have natural guys that have great nutrition and they look enhanced. So nutrition is number one, guys. So the truth about it. So most people are clueless. Here's the truth about nutrition when it comes to eating to be jacked and shredded. Most people have no clue what they're doing. They have no idea how to structure a plan properly, where to place macronutrients to be the most effective. The mainstream, calories in, calories out, if it fits your macros advice is cookie cutter BS, low level. There's so much more nutrition than just counting calories. The real secret, if mainstream nutrition advice actually worked, everyone at your gym following it would be jacked, lean, and have a killer physique, but that's almost never the case. Just like with training, the guys who are jacked and who are lean, who do have a killer physique, structure their nutrition way differently than the average person or gym goer. So common bulking mistakes. So starting too fat. So it's the worst one. Starting the bulk, already having a high body fat percentage. This destroys insulin sensitivity from day one. Goodness gracious. 2, the seafood diet. Eating whatever they see. No structure, no strategy, just mindless eating. Too many cheat meals. Having cheat meals multiple times per week. Completely derailing progress and tanking insulin sensitivity. Eat big to get big. Following the outdated eat big to get big mentality, which just leads to getting fat with minimal muscle gain. Shout out to Rich Piana, rest in peace. By the end of these disastrous bulks, they've accumulated tons of fat, feel like crap, and barely have any muscle to show for it. Worse yet, any muscle they did put on will be gone by the time they cut down 30 plus pounds of fat. I'm sure a lot of you guys have did this before. I've done it, so you're not alone. The 3 keys to peak nutrition. So insulin sensitivity is number 1, and you will hear about insulin sensitivity 100 times in this video. How well your body utilizes and processes nutrients, the real secret to body composition. Macronutrients, individual protein, fats, and carb needs based on your body goals and metabolism. Meal timing, what to eat, when to eat it, how many times to eat for optimal nutrient partitioning. While other people spend their wheels trying to figure out what to do, you can do what actually works, just like the guys who have results. Insulin sensitivity, the best kept secret. A lot of people don't talk about insulin sensitivity when it's really like the most important thing and the thing that will get you the quickest and best results. So the most important factor in controlling what your body looks like is not calories, macros, or anything else. It is insulin sensitivity. Insulin is your storage hormone. It is secreted by your pancreas when you eat carbohydrates and shuttles nutrients from the bloodstream into the cells. When your body has to produce high amounts of insulin, it can lead to terrible outcomes. When your body doesn't have to produce much insulin, your body frees up fat for energy. This is the game changer that nobody talks about. Master insulin sensitivity and you master your physique. Insulin sensitivity versus insulin resistance. So insulin sensitivity is good. That's what you want. When we become sensitive to insulin, that means the body soaks up nutrients like a sponge, which leads to better nutrient partitioning. The effects: nutrients get shuttled directly to muscle cells, less fat storage, better energy levels, easier to stay lean, faster muscle growth. Insulin resistant. This is bad. This is what you get from dirty bulking. When we become resistant to insulin, that means our body has to produce more insulin to get an effect. So these are the effects. Less nutrients go to muscles, more nutrients stored as fat. Fat cells are locked and cannot be burned. Constant hunger and cravings, poor energy and focus. The problem with if it fits your macros. So most guys follow an if it fits your macros diet where they'll fit whatever foods they feel like eating into their diet because technically it fits into their calories or macros. They're so concerned about the number of calories and macros on paper that they will justify eating cookies, pastries, pizza, sugar, whatever, because it technically fits into their calorie surplus or deficit. The problem: a lot of the processed garbage they're fitting into your diet causes a constant release of insulin and they run into insulin insensitivity. That's what we don't want. And why it destroys your progress. So fat loss problems. If they try to cut using this approach, they cannot tap into their fat cells for energy and burn them because their insulin levels are chronically high. Fat cells stay locked. Muscle building problems. If they try to bulk or build muscle with this approach, it causes too much fat accumulation and desensitization of nutrients to muscle, resulting in excessive body fat, water retention, and less muscle building. How we fixed insulin sensitivity. So whole food approach. I gave them a variety of whole single ingredient foods, animal protein, starch, carbs, healthy fats that their body knows exactly what to do with, causing the right amount of insulin instead of excess amounts. 2, strategic carb timing. So I gave them times during the day where they're eating meals without carbs to give their body a chance to resensitize to insulin, and times they were eating meals with carbs when their muscle was now sensitive enough to absorb that food. Low carb rest days. So I carb cycle with almost every single one of my clients, whether we're bulking, cutting, doesn't matter. So I gave them lower carbs or no carbs on their off days from the gym to have an entire day to resensitize to insulin. The result: their body now knows what to do with the food they eat and is shuttled to the right places and not to the wrong places. So individualized macronutrient approach. So with macros and calories, most guys have no idea how much they should be eating for their specific goal. And the truth is, it all depends. Depends on your body type. You have ectomorph, mesomorph, endomorph, your individual metabolic rate. Some people can eat more food than others and stay leaner. How much muscle you have on your frame. More muscle you have, more you can eat and stay lean. Your activity level throughout the day. Some guys sit at a desk all day. Some guys are working construction. Your training intensity and frequency, your stress levels and sleep quality, and so many more nuanced variables. Most guys will just plug some numbers into an app like MyFitnessPal and it will give them some arbitrary BS macro and calorie goal that doesn't even take those variables into account. That's a recipe for failure. You can't give someone that's 180 pounds and someone else that's 180 pounds the same meal plan when one is, working a labor job and one guy sits at a desk all day. It's not going to work. How we establish the right macros. So detailed assessment. I had them fill out a questionnaire telling me exactly what their diet currently looked like, their activity levels, food causing digestion issues, current weight, and physique photos. Baseline plan creation. So after constructing the baseline plan based on their individual factors, I would check in with them weekly through physique photos, body weight, and asking essential questions about hunger, digestion, pumps, and energy. Weekly adjustments. So based on how their body was responding to the baseline diet plan, I would make weekly adjustments. These included titrations up or tapering down of carbohydrates, protein, and fats. So you check in with me every week, photos, body weight, training. I look at your training, and that's how I make changes to your plan every week to make sure we're getting the results we're looking for. I also send detailed feedback, so I'll let you know, hey, these are the changes we're making to your plan and why, so you can also learn what we're doing. So surprising nutrition discovery. So Erick's metabolic revelation. Erick never thought he had to eat more food to increase his metabolic rate to lose body fat, but that's exactly what we did, and the fat melted off. So we upped his food, upped his meal frequency, ate better foods, and he actually started to drop weight, eating more calories than he was before because his metabolic rate was higher. We primed that metabolism. Damien's calorific needs. Damien never thought his calorie needs were higher than the average person due to his body type and extremely active job. He was under eating by 800 calories. So Damien was pretty much starving himself when he got to me, and he was pretty much obese. Michael's protein requirements. Michael never thought he needed to eat more than 1 gram of body weight in protein to gain the size he needed, despite all the internet gurus telling him that's all you need. So all calories are not equal, guys. They're not equal. So most people just can't seem to understand that all food is not created equal. Protein from a protein bar is not as resourceful as plain chicken or whole food. Any food you eat has a calorific burn rate, which is how much the food raises your core temperature and how much energy your body uses to digest it. You can eat 1,000 calories worth of ice cream or 1,000 calories worth of chicken, but the chicken will increase your calorific burn rate higher than the ice cream, thus burning more calories during digestion and keeping you fuller longer. So the Peak Physique nutrition rule: if you cannot grow it in nature, pick it in nature, kill it in nature, then there's a low probability it belongs on your plan. The simple rule eliminates 90% of the processed garbage that's destroying your insulin sensitivity and keeping you fat. Stick to the whole foods that your body actually recognizes and know how to use. So these are some of the, food sources that we use. These are not all of them, but these are some that, I like to put on plans and work really well. So, of course, you got the chicken, fish, steak, ground turkey, salmon, all the boring stuff. Whey isolate. If you're getting a protein, guys, never get regular whey protein. Make sure it says isolate on it. It will not digest well. It's not quality. We got our carb sources, different carb sources, and we use even more than that. Fat sources, so I definitely love almond butter. It's like one of my favorites. Ghee butter is one that I really like to use too. That's not on there. But these are some of the food sources that I like to use. So meal frequency and timing. So we establish an eating schedule for each client based around their own life and routine and what time they prefer going to the gym. Depending on their schedule, metabolism, goal, and individual needs, they were eating anywhere from 3 to 4 whole food meals per day, plus 1 to 2 snacks a day, usually a shake or Greek yogurt. Eating every 2 to 3 hours allows for plenty of opportunities to stimulate muscle protein synthesis so we can build muscle. Proper digestion so that by the time they finish one meal, their body's ready to accept the next. Stable blood sugar and energy levels throughout the day. No extreme hunger or cravings. That's a big one. Guys that are fasting eating once or twice a day, no good. The fact of the matter is almost no guy with a good physique is eating less than 4 times per day. It's very rare, and it's for the reasons mentioned above. I don't know anybody eating less than 4 times a day that has a great physique. So this is a sample meal plan. This is what Erick's diet looked like. So meal 1, 2 eggs, 200 grams of egg whites, 60 grams of oats, 15 grams of honey. Meal 2, we got chicken, rice, baby spinach, and pineapple. Meal 3, scoop and a half of whey isolate, cream of rice, almond butter, and honey. Intra-workout, we'd always have a carb powder, scoop of BCAAs, EAAs, and creatine. Post-workout, we have lean ground beef, jasmine rice, and pineapple. Post-workout, we always want to have carbs to replenish glycogen, some type of red meat with fats to replenish glycerol. The pineapple is going to help with that digestion. 6 ounces of chicken breast, rice, and vegetables for meal 4. And last meal is non-fat Greek yogurt, berries, pineapple, and honey. So not too bad, guys. Doesn't sound too bad, does it? And I've actually thrown in some even tastier things along the time. The importance of training window nutrition. So it's very important, guys. A lot of people don't understand this. So your pre-workout meal, we want a fast digesting protein with the fast digesting carbs to shuttle to muscles quickly, plus a fat source to make the carbs stick longer for sustained energy. Intra-workout, we use amino acids to help with muscle catabolism and repair. Creatine to push more intramuscular water for better pumps and performance. And then we also have intra-workout carb powder. That is going to replenish glycogen as you're burning it when you're working out. So typically when you have that end of workout crash, you don't have the same energy as when you started because those glycogen stores are being spent out. So we implement carb powder as well. And then we got your post-workout meals. So we got high proteins, high fats, high carbs to replenish glycogen and glycerol storages for optimal recovery and growth. The pre, intra, and post-workout window is very important for performance in the gym and recovery. This leads to muscle growth and overall progress that you can see and feel. So part 3, hormone optimization, guys, is very, very important. So the hormone crisis. So 70% of men over 25 have suboptimal hormone levels, low hormones, and only 30% are guys that just happen to have good hormones. So you can almost guarantee 70% of men over the age of 25 have low hormone levels or are optimizing their hormones with gear or hormone replacement therapy. The other 30% are just lucky guys that happen to have good levels. The sad part is the guys that are using gear or hormone replacement don't even look like it, which usually stems from having no clue how to use these tools effectively. So common hormone optimization mistakes. So we got ignorant doctors. So doctors really just do not know what you think they do, man. So doctors who don't know how to prescribe or administer hormone replacement the correct way, leading to poor results and side effects. Doctors will also tell you just try working out, try eating better. There's a lot more things you can do to improve your natural hormone levels. So we have no blood work, not getting the correct blood work, any blood work at all. So you're just flying blind. You have no idea how your hormones are operating in your body without blood work. So bad protocols. So we have guys running gear, they run the wrong compounds at the wrong doses with improper pairing, giving bad side effects with minimal results. And we have guys that are on gear that also use toxic compounds, or we have guys that are not on gear, they're on SARMs, stupid, focusing on harsh compounds like trin and orals when they should be the sprinkles on top, not the foundation. So the frustrating results of poor hormone optimization. So no results. They never get results because their hormones are tanked, or they get very minimal results, running bad cycles that don't work. Health problems, they get riddled with side effects, acne, gyno, sexual dysfunction, mood swings, and more. No long-term progress. There is no linear long-term progress cycle, little to no accumulation of muscle mass that actually sticks with you. The natural guys, if your hormones are tanked, you're not going to get results. So you're going to waste years in the gym. You want to optimize your hormones naturally if that's the route you want to stay. These were the issues Erick, Michael, Damien, and Armando were running into before incorporating the Peak Physique Blueprint, and many other guys are struggling with the same problems right now. Erick's testosterone levels when we started were 360. After implementing vitamins, minerals, getting the body fat down, getting a better sleep schedule, and all of those things, he went up to 700. So that was a big part in changing his physique, completely natural. So the truth about hormone optimization. So information about hormone optimization is usually lied about. Society will tell you that you can't improve your hormones naturally, or that getting on hormone replacement is dangerous, or that taking a gear cycle is going to end your life and make you a raging maniac. These are all false. Bodybuilders and influencers straight up lie to everyone. They will tell you either they're completely natural, which is absolutely insane, or they will downplay the amount of super supplements they use now or in the past. I'm just on TRT, bro, while looking like an IFBB pro. This is due to their ego. They want people to think they accomplish their physique completely on their own, or it's for corporate interest trying to sell the next best supplement or product. We all know those guys. So the Peak Physique Hormone Optimization Method. So for my natural guys, number one, we're going to get body fat down to optimal levels. If you have high body fat, your body's going to hold more estrogen and less testosterone. That's why you see a lot of overweight guys, even though they're natural, get gyno and things like that. So that is very important. Implementing natural vitamins and minerals at the right dosages. So there's a lot of vitamins and minerals that will increase your natural testosterone levels amazingly well. I've taken many guys from 200, 300 levels all the way up to 700 to 1,000. So using proven natural supplements that improve testosterone, perfect diet to optimize body function and hormones, hormone replacement, so TRT. There are some guys out there, especially older guys, that they still won't be able to get their levels up naturally. So you got to assess symptoms thoroughly, get comprehensive lab work, optimize lifestyle first. So we want to optimize everything first before we take that route, obviously. Supplement strategically, medical intervention with proper protocols if needed. And then for my enhanced guys, so correct dosing for goals, proper compound combination, adequate cycle duration, strategic health phases, regular blood work, and monitoring. And health supplements should be on there. So this is the gear protocol principle. So smart compound selection. So you got to focus on the bang for your buck compounds that aren't harsh on your health but are highly effective for building muscle and losing fat. Number two, strategic use of stronger compounds Orals, tren, and everything else that are harsh for shorter durations and mild dosages as finishers, not as the foundation of your cycle. Health first approach. So regular blood work and health monitoring using health supplements to protect organs, lipids, and overall well-being. Individualized dosing. So correct dosing based on individual response, proper compound combination for synergy, and adequate cycle duration for results, because everyone's different. Everyone responds a little different to compounds. Everybody aromatizes differently. So this is just a sample cycle right here. So for my people that are enhanced, this is for you. So phase 1, 6 through 8. And this is just, this is just a general example. In my coaching, I either titrate compounds up, add things in, or take things away based off the results we're getting. So it's completely, results driven. If we're 6 to 8 weeks in and I see that you're still making progress, I'm not going to add anything else in. But if you're 6 to 8 weeks in, I feel like it could be a little drier, a little harder, leaner, whatever the case is, then we can titrate things up or add things in. So really depends. But this is just a general example. So we got test 350 per week plus Primo 300. And then 4 to 6, we got test at 450, Primo at 400. We add in some VAR daily. 6 to 8, test 600, Primo 600. Tren at 200 per week. For most of my guys, we're not going to add tren in. So don't worry about this, guys. And for most of my lifestyle guys, we're not going to titrate up over like 450 tests. So for most of you, this isn't going to happen when it comes to the tren. So mostly going to stick to the Primo, the test, the VAR, things like that, maybe some growth. So then we got the PCT, so TRT, 200 mgs weekly, health recovery phase, let your body normalize and can't say the word. You know what I mean. And then we'll take our health supplements during this time. We'll get blood work done, all that good jazz. So the hormone optimization approach. So we got an individual protocol design. This is based on individual needs, goals, and tolerance. We will titrate or add compounds based on results. I just talked about this. So play it by the ear approach. So basically, breaking plateaus, health management, side effect control. This approach will lead to insane results. The head turning, bro, how did you do it? Type of results that make your ex regret leaving you. Also, peptides. So like we like to utilize peptides. Of course, retatrutide is a huge one. Improve insulin sensitivity, makes the cutting phase and the clean out phase way easier. Really, really like Red. I've been using that a lot lately. There's other ones, of course, we use. I like tesamorelin, GHKCU, just different peptides we use as well, just depending on the person. For my enhanced guys, obviously. So putting the Peak Physique Blueprint into play. So the two-phase system. The whole point of the Peak Physique Blueprint is to get men in the best shape of their life, exploding their confidence and helping them become the best version of themselves. Throughout the entire process of the Peak Physique Blueprint, it was my job to give Erick, Michael, Damien, and Ahmad the correct guidance to accomplish what was mentioned above. So what's expected from you as a client? So execute the plan 100%. Follow the training, nutrition, and hormone protocols exactly as prescribed every single day. No half-assing it. Obviously, setbacks are going to happen, guys. You might get sick. You might go on vacation. Might have a wedding. Whatever the case is. Holidays, Thanksgiving's coming up. I'm letting guys eat. So, when I say 100%, 100% of your best. Communication. So communication is the most important part, guys. I am the only high-level coach in the industry that has an open door policy. My clients can message, call, video chat, voice message, whatever at any time. So, 24/7 communication with me. That is why I don't take most of my calls, when it comes to like new clients and stuff. So we also have a team group chat with everybody in it. Great place to be in, great place for communication, learning things, bouncing ideas off people. We have a great group chat and community as well. Very important, man. Anything going on with your plan, anything going on with how you're feeling, whatever the case is, very important to communicate with me. Then we have our weekly check-ins. So submit weekly check-ins, including photos, body weight, blood pressures. This data allows me to make precise adjustments. Very important. Check-ins, communication are the most important aspect. So the priming phase, this will be the lean out phase in 1 to 3 months. It's very rare that I get someone on the team who is lean enough to come right out the gate and go into a lean bulk. For most guys, we have to get them down around 10% body fat before doing anything else. So why leanness is essential? When you are this lean, your body has a sponge-like effect with food. Your insulin sensitivity and nutrient partitioning are way better when you are leaner. You also build more muscle optimally and get fewer side effects from enhanced protocols. Your appetite will also be higher, so it'll prime you for the push-up phase when we add in food. Everything works better when you're lean, so in order to truly grow the muscle you want and to stay lean when you're bulking, you have to do the priming phase first. Very important, guys. This picture you see me getting one of my coaching awards. I have so many top trainer coaching awards, guys, because we do this at a high level. Nutrition during the lean out phase. So the diet during this phase is going to be geared towards fat loss. Calories will gradually get lower to strip off body fat and achieve 10% body fat. We're not trying to get shredded here. That is for a later phase if desired. We're aiming for a manageable lean body composition around 10% body fat. This will prime your body for the later phases where we pack on serious size. The approach, so we start with higher calories and gradually reduce based on weekly progress. Maintain high protein to preserve muscle mass. Strategic carb cycling, higher on training days, lower on rest days. 1 cheat meal per week to keep metabolism responsive. Focus on whole foods to maximize insulin sensitivity. For a lot of guys, we'll also add in Retta to increase insulin sensitivity and just make the cut way easier. So my guys that are on enhancements or on protocols, this is how we'll do it. Obviously, if you're natural, we're just doing it natural. We're doing it with the food, the training. That's going to be exactly the same. But for my enhanced guys, we will not be starting a heavy cycle during this time. We will either stay on the current protocol that person was doing before working with me, or most likely I'll make some alterations to help us in the lean out period to make sure their body is primed. If the client is natural and looking to start their first cycle, they will stay natural until body fat is down, unless they have clinically low levels to start with, in which case we begin TRT. The focus during this phase is getting lean, improving insulin sensitivity, and preparing the body to make explosive gains in the next phase. So during this time, my guys that are enhanced or want to become enhanced, usually we'll start the actual cycle about 3 to 4 weeks before we start the push phase, when we still have a little fat to drop, just so we can let that gear saturate. So by the time we do start the push phase, it's already saturated, it's working, it's good to go. So the push-up phase, we got the lean bulk. So 6 to 8 months, this is where the magic happens. So the push phase is always the best part because you get to eat more food, train hard, feel better. So our goal for this phase is to pack on serious size. Now that our body is lean and primed to accept nutrients and grow, we will gradually add in calories and macronutrients to the diet. And at this point, enhanced clients will begin or ramp up their gear protocols to take full advantage of their optimized metabolic rate. You see my client Trevor right here. He is the same exact weight in both of these photos. So he's 202 in both of these photos. As you can see, completely different body composition. So what to expect during the push-up phase. So we got insane pumps. Your muscles will feel full, tight, and vascular during every training session. The pump will be unlike anything you've ever experienced. When you go from being super lean to adding that food in, it's insane, guys. Noticeable size gains. You'll see and feel size gains on a weekly, if not daily basis. Clothes will fit tighter. People will start asking questions. Rapid strength increases. Your strength will skyrocket. You'll be adding weight to the bar consistently, breaking personal records left and right. It is my favorite phase. The final outcome. So the results after successfully completing all phases is a lean, muscular, jacked physique that absolutely blows your old physique out of the water. You'll have abs visible year round. We do not get fat during the push phase, guys. We get lean first so that we can stay lean and keep our abs during the push phase. Well-developed shoulders and chest, a V-taper that makes clothes fit perfectly, arms that fill out sleeves, legs that look powerful and athletic, veins and muscle striations, a physique that turns heads everywhere you go. This is my client Darren. Darren had 4 coaches before me. I was his 5th coach. So this is when he started working with me versus now you see him in the gym. Got some muscle, got some veins popping. He's looking great. The impact of the Peak Physique Blueprint. So the common frustration, working hard in the gym and trying everything with your diet, but still not getting the results you're looking for is the most frustrating thing ever. Investing time, money, and energy with little to no results sucks. It drains your motivation, kills your confidence, and makes you want to give up. Transformative results. So you know what happened when Erick, Michael, Damon, and Ahmad started getting in the best shape of their life using the Peak Physique Blueprint. The results came and they became more motivated than ever. The positive feedback loop kicked in and there was no stopping them. So life-changing results. So random compliments. Random people were asking, what's your workout routine? Friends, family, and even strangers were noticing the transformation, wanted to know the secret. Confidence explosion. They finally felt confident enough to take their shirts off at pools, lakes, and the beach. They no longer felt the need to keep a shirt on while swimming or during intimate moments. My client, Damien, it's funny, he actually sent me my first like 3 check-ins with a shirt on. And then me and my little brother, we were laughing in the car one day because we seen him post on his story and he was posting shirtless pictures. And it was like 4 months later. So it's like 4 months before that, he's sending me his check-in photos with his shirt on, which you can't do. So it's just crazy to see. Increase respect. So spouses, peers, co-workers, business partners, all inherently gave them more respect. People started treating them differently in every area of life. Cannot tell you the amount of clients that I've worked with that after getting in shape and working with me, they literally start to make more money. They start moving up in their job or starting a business or going heavier in their business. Like, people just naturally respect you more when you're in shape, and it bleeds into every area of life. So lifestyle transformation, the habits and lessons they learned on the journey to building their body bled into every aspect of their life. They became better husbands, fathers, businessmen, and leaders. They never wanted to stop improving. The solution men have been waiting for. It's my client right here. This is a system most men need to finally gain the confidence they've always wanted. It's not just about building muscle or losing fat. It's about becoming the man you're meant to be. The Peak Physique Blueprint gives you a proven step-by-step system that actually works. Personalized coaching and adjustments based on your body, accountability and support throughout the entire journey, knowledge you can use for the rest of your life, confidence that bleeds into every area of your life. Y'all see my client Devin right here. Devin is jacked. Devin looks great. So this is some of my natural client transformation. So a lot of people, I talk about hormones and things like that. They think I don't work with natural clients. These are some of my natural client transformations. Guys, I was a natural pro bodybuilder. I turned pro natural first. So I understand natural fitness, bodybuilding, getting great results as a natural lifter. These are just some of my natural client transformations. I have plenty more. And I've won many natural coaching awards for coaching natural clients. So we do natural too, guys. So these are real clients who achieved incredible results naturally by following the Peak Physique Blueprint's training, nutrition, and natural hormone optimization protocols. No steroids, no shortcuts, just hard work and the right system. And I'm not saying taking gear means you're doing shortcuts. It's not what I'm saying. I do it myself. It still takes hard work. Then we have some enhanced client transformation. So we got my guy up here, Teo. Michael lost like 65 pounds and built muscle. Carson's put on like 30 pounds of muscle. Christian looks like a whole different person. I mean, like, doesn't even look the same. Same with Jose, different person. We got Paul down here, got Diced, Marcos, I call him OG, Kennard. I mean, look at his belly before. These are not transformation. These are just some of my older clients, 50 plus. Most guys are not looking like this into their 50s and 60s. Michael, look at his waist. It's like crazy how much he went down. Michael's basically just on TRT. So these are clients who chose to optimize their hormones through TRT or enhanced protocols. When done correctly with proper guidance, the results are absolutely insane while maintaining health and minimizing side effects. When it comes to protocols, health is number one, guys. That's the number one thing with me. We get blood work done. We take our health supplements. I have one of the best sources in the bodybuilding game. So the quality of stuff you get is top notch and 100% tested. We can always get the testing right off the bat, the date on it, the name of the source, everything. So really great, guys. The power of the Peak Physique Blueprint. So when executed properly, the results are like no other system. You invest in this once and you have permanent compounding results in a system that you can apply for the rest of your life. This is how powerful the Peak Physique Blueprint is. The feedback loop associated with it when executed properly, intentionally, and with the nuance behind every decision fundamentally understood creates unstoppable momentum. You don't just get a physique, you get a complete transformation in confidence, discipline, and life quality that compounds year after year. Is the Peak Physique Blueprint right for you? Move this over. So, if you're tired of minimal results, if you're tired of getting minimal results for your effort and are ready for a system that actually works, this is for you. If you're sick of being average, you're sick of looking like the average man and want a physique that stands out, you're ready to optimize your hormones. If you're looking to optimize your hormones naturally or enhance to accelerate your process or your progress, ready for real change. So if you're ready to finally achieve a high-low physique that stands out and makes the most progress in your fitness than you ever have in your life, it's for you, man. My guarantee to you. So I will coach you through the Peak Physique Blueprint so we can replicate this exact process for you and see similar results in less than half the time it would take you to do it on your own. Plus no headaches of trial and error after you realize you've been doing it wrong for months on end. In fact, I'm so confident that I can deliver these results for you. If you don't build your dream physique in 8 months after following my guidance, you will not pay. That's how confident I am in this system. I've seen it work time and time again. I'll know it'll work for you if you're willing to put the work in and follow the blueprint. I tell everybody, guys, I'm going to give you the exact blueprint. There's going to be no guesswork for you, from the meal plan to the nutrition to the amount of water you drink to the training to the supplementation protocol. If you're enhanced, everything is laid out for you exactly. All you have to do is follow it. It's that simple. Follow it, check in. You're going to look the best you've ever looked. Simple as that. So taking the next step. So if you're ready to transform, if you want to see similar results to Erick, Michael, Damien, Ahmad, or myself and want to implement this new lifestyle, it's time to take action. I mean, hundreds of clients, guys. We're well over 400 successful transformations now. We do everything at the highest level. So book a call to get a walkthrough on how the Peak Physique Blueprint works. And if it's a good fit, we can talk about how to work together. Worst case scenario, if it isn't a good fit, we'll point you in the right direction. Not everybody's a good fit to be on the team and to work with me, and that is okay. I know tons of other coaches. So if we're not a good fit to work together, I will still make sure you get help, and I'll lead you in the direction of a trusted coach that, I respect. So worst comes to worst, we're going to make sure you get help, guys. So book your call with me, and let's see how we can help you. All right, guys. Thank y'all for tuning into the video. Hopefully you got a ton of value from this video, guys. If you do want to work with me and you haven't booked a call yet, link is going to be in the description. I'm excited to talk to some of you guys and work with you guys and transform your lives. Let's get to it.